Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I'm going to give us a few minutes and let everybody just start kind of rolling, hopefully, and joining me this morning. And happy Friday, TGIF. It looks like a beautiful day. I don't know what happened. Earlier in the week, I watched the weather, and it was like % chance of rain for like 8 days straight. And then now we're getting blue skies. So I'm totally down. I dig it. So today, like I said, I want to wait for some people to hopefully come on board here with me. But today, I wanted to show you, via the exercises I put in today, the benefits of the kettlebell, how versatile it is. For those of you that know me, you know that I'm a kettlebell nerd. I have been using this tool for 10 years. And it's effective, it's efficient, it's versatile. You can work strength, you can work conditioning, you can work stability. It's phenomenal. And I know many of you may not have bells at home, but I think that this will be a benefit to you to watch. And when you have the capability to get one at home, hopefully you can start to utilize and put this in your repertoire in addition to maybe the dumbbells that you have at home. Or once the gyms open up and you can get back into the clubs, get with a trained professional. So there are definitely techniques that you need to learn with the kettlebell work. So, but listen, you put the work in, this tool's awesome. I dig it because there's just so much that you can do with it. So today I really wanted to demonstrate that. But what we're going to do is we're going to warm up as always. I did call today, like, why kettlebell? It's kettlebell training. And I've got a list of things on this board that are right here in front of me. So let's just start out by warming up. And then hopefully, like I said, if you don't have kettlebells at home, this can be a benefit to you just because it's informative. But we're going to work. I mean, you're going to see the work that's involved. And I'll try to talk about, what it is that we're working, how it's really benefiting us in the body, okay? All right, so let's start out with just a real basic body weight squat. We're gonna go back and forth between a body weight squat and just a good morning. So you guys are gonna come down, knees or elbows to knees if you're able to get that far. If not, you can just settle those hips back. Don't worry about that depth if you can't get down there for any reason. But inhale down, exhale up. We're just gonna do 5 repetitions because I'm gonna go back and forth between this and then your good morning. So then you're going to bring your feet a little closer together. You can put thumbs right on the deltoids, fold at the hip, and then come up. Or if you prefer, you can kind of reach, fingertips up, and then come tall. We're going to do 5 repetitions here. 2 more. Inhaling back, exhaling up. Good. And we're going to go back into that squat. So we're just going to do this for 2 rotations. Some of this stuff you may be able to utilize dumbbells with today, because if you want to join me, you want to stay moving, that's fine. But everything I put in today is kettlebell. And that's, listen, you love something, you want to teach it. It's like you want to bring people in to be able to get the same benefits that you've gotten. Quick note, when I learned this years and years ago, actually put your hands here, start with your good morning. When I learned this years and years ago, I had to really train for a while to get that first certification. And the changes I saw in my body, I was like, where has this thing been all my life? And being a type A, I want quick, efficient, done, move on, right? So I love it. I love teaching it. So guess what? You get kettlebell girl today, all right? We're going to go right into a 90-90 lift and reach. So we're just warming up the body before we rock and roll. All right, so you're going to put your feet just outside hip width. Let's just start with some rotations first, and then we'll add that lift and that reach. So you're just going to drop those knees down and rotate. So a lot of people will call kettlebell the all-in-one tool. Don't get me wrong, there's certainly so many other things that you can incorporate into your training and are important. But there's so much you can do with just one bell, and that's what I'm going to try to show you today, is all of these exercises you can do with just one kettlebell. Let's start to add that lift and that reach. So I'm going to come up, I'm going to push that hip and then reach up and over and then rotate. So come around, push, and reach. Good. We're just going to do this for about 6 reps. This is 3, 4, One more either side, you guys. Really push those hips, but don't arch, you know, that low back, okay? One more this side. Good. All right, and we're gonna do our open hip with a halo. So you can use a dumbbell for this as well, it's okay, but I'm gonna use a kettlebell. So when I do this, I grab from the horns, I call them the horns, right? Handle of the horns, so the fat side is up. And then all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this push forward and back, come back to my center and halo around the direction of that front leg, or the leg that's out, okay? Back to center and halo. You're trying to get a nice, good, full range of motion with that bell. You can hold on to the two heads of the dumbbell as well and do the same thing here, right? Staying tall as I push forward. We're gonna do one more on this side. We'll switch to the other, and then I'm gonna rock and roll and just show you. I basically put, you know, 2 movements together for each set, and you'll go back and forth between those 2. So there's so many different ways to put a set together with the bell. But again, I can't say enough good things about it. You just got to get the, oh, Sheena, which way are you going? Sorry, I'm screwing up. I'm chatting too much, guys. It's like it's a thing with me every week, okay? But I can't say enough good things about it, truly. But it does take some learning, okay? Because you want to get the right movement down, nice, solid sound technique. Because once you get that, limitless on kind of progress and change you can make with the body, okay? All right, so we're gonna rock and roll. So the first thing that we're gonna do is a straight up deadlift. So again, if you've got dumbbells, just use 2 dumbbells, that's fine, but I'm sticking with bell today, kettlebell today. All right, so we're gonna go deadlift to catch, and we're gonna go back and forth between those 2. So the first movement, straight up deadlift. This is really foundation of a lot of the kettlebell work that you're gonna do, which would be like one of the main movements that you'll see a lot is the kettlebell swing. So the deadlift is a hip back. So let me show you that from the side. Watch, I'm right over top of that bell, right? It is not in front of me. I'm right over top, hip back, back neutral, and I'm gonna come up. Every time I'm up, it is glutes tight, abs tight, best posture you got. Do not let that bell pull you forward, okay? All right, so let's hit that at just a nice, easy 5 repetitions. Let's count this as 3, and then we're gonna go right into a catch. This is 4 and 5. Now, the catch is simply pulling the bell straight up. 1, and I catch it. There's a plank right there, by the way. You should feel some abdominals at the top. 2, especially when you pick the appropriate size bell. 3, inhale down, exhale up. 4, 5. Back to your deadlift. 1, and I reinforce, I really pause. Pause up here. You got to make sure those glutes and abs are tight. Too often, this is what I see. People tighten their glutes and they kind of push. Well, guess what? Your abs are doing nothing, right? Well, they are. They're preventing you from totally collapsing backwards, but we want them tight. So if I came in and I punched you right in the gut, that wouldn't hurt so much, all right? Let's do 2 more here. We're going to go back to the catches. 5, good. And right to your catch. So I'm starting with some kind of basic movements. They'll get a little bit more complex as we move on, but I'm going to do 3 rounds of this set. Pretty much everything else I have at 2 rounds, just for sake of time. Good. If you need a break, you shake and loose, but you're back to the deadlift. Inhale down, exhale up. So I brace every time I'm upright. 3, 4, and 5. Good. Catch. 1, 2, 3. So see, it's just kind of a harmonious movement with the hip and the hip drive and a pull. Let's do 1 more. Good. Combination number 1 is just a straight up deadlift and a catch, okay? So when we catch, we're here. I don't have chicken wings. not leaning back, no shoulders forward. It is like the best strong posture you got. So the next movement that we're going to do is what I call a dead swing to a dead squat. So all that means is the bell starts on the floor and it ends on the floor between every single rep. All right, so with your bell, when you do a swing, the proper setup, let me show you this way, is back. Okay, so now I hinge. Look, it's the same deadlift. Same deadlift we just practiced, right, for those 20 repetitions or whatever it was. Now I'm going to grab my bell. I angle it down a little bit. But please note, my shoulders are higher than my hips. This is going to hurt your back. You know why? What does that do? It yanks on you. So chest higher than the hip. I'm going to hike, explode, back, down. Same start. Hike, up, back, down. Hike, up. Good. 2 more. Hike, up. So notice that I'm not trying to control. This is not like a controlled motion. It's quick. Those hips explode. The bell's pretty weightless up there at the top. Good. Those are your dead swings, 5 repetitions. Beauty of this is, it's not just one little muscle group we're working, kids. It is whole body, okay? Trunk's got to fire, hips, glutes, everything. That's why I dig it. All right, so now we're going to do a dead squat. So we're going to set up for the deadlift that we just did in set number 1. Come down. I'm going to hike it up. So I'm going to do that catch, squat, to the top, and down. Catch, squat, to the top, and down. Good. Make sure that every time you set, spine is long. When I bring it down, that the pattern should look the same. That deadlift should look the same. So another aspect of this that I really like is something that I call, and this is just a simple option or simple thought process, but mental sharpness. You can't tune out. You can't just sit there on the leg press or the chest press and think about the laundry you got to do later. Like, you better stay checked in and tuned in. And that's what I love about it. It kind of rips you out and it gives you just another focus just on you, okay? All right, so we're going to hit that dead swing. Your chest higher than the hip. Hike, explode, back, and down. Inhale, exhale, inhale, down. Good. Now, let's call that 5. We're going to go back to those dead squats. What is the driving force of the swing? See if any of you can tell me. Trainers, don't answer. So when I do the swing, boom. What's the driving force of that movement? See if you can answer me. I'm going to see who's here with me this morning. All right. Up, down, to the top, and down. Up, pull, top, down. Good. Tight body. Control. Up, down. So watch. When I catch, tight. I'm not here. Be careful of that, okay? Oh, squat it. 2 more. Good. There is combination number 2. So for the purpose of just being able to maintain decent breath through this thing with you guys, I'm not going as heavy as I normally would. But when you get the technique down, you are going to want to challenge it, okay? But like I said, you got to work with a certified professional on that to make sure that you have movement integrity with it, behind it, okay? All right, next is going to be our 2-handed swing. So it's 2 hands on the bell. So instead of putting the bell down in between, we're going to go continuously. And hi, guys. Good morning, everybody. More Sue. Who else I got there? Gretel. Hi, guys. So the next is kettlebell girls being kettlebell girl today. Woot! Okay. So we're going to start with a 2-handed swing, and then we're going to go into a clean and a lunge. So again, I'm just showing you the versatility of movements and the versatility of just one tool, okay? All right, so instead of doing the dead swing, we're going to go continuous, right? So I'm going to line up just as I did before with the dead swing. Hips are back, chest and shoulders higher than my hips. We're going to go continuously for 10 swings. Here we go. 1, 2, exploding through the hips. I just gave you a hint on my question before. 8, 9, and 10. Good. Now, what we're going to do is a clean to a lunge. And again, some of this takes some instruction on the technique, but bear with me because you take some time to learn it. Limitless possibilities, gang. All right, you ready? So we're going to do a clean to a lunge. So I want you to watch. I'm going to keep that bell by my foot. The opposite leg is going to step back. All right? So I'm going to clean it up. Step back to the top, down. Clean, lunge, back. We're going to do 5 either side. This is 4. And I want you to notice, I'll show you this way. I want you to notice deadlift pattern that I started with today is in all of it. So watch, deadlift, right? Clean, lunge, right? Deadlift is threaded throughout. It's foundation in this kettlebell work. So getting this pattern is really important. If you have any limitations, hip mobility, or any movement restrictions, listen, get with somebody that has experience in helping to improve your mobility, improve your movement quality. It is possible, but it won't happen overnight. It takes hard work, you guys, and dedication, okay? That's where the results come in. All right, we are back to our two-handed swings. If you're sticking with me, if you're able to have the bell at home, you should feel your heart rate up. What's that side benefit? Who can tell me? This is like quiz day. Who can tell me the side benefit of that? Your heart rate is going. Your respiration, your breathing is up. What's that called? Improved what? All right, we're going to do a two-hand swing, 10 repetitions. Here we go. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. We're going to go right back to our lunge and clean, or clean and lunge. Okay? Here we go. Clean, lunge. Controlled lunge. If you can't step all the way down and you just got to step back, that's okay. Wherever you are, I'm going all the way down. I'm kind of just tapping that knee on the floor, but I'm not going to bang my kneecap into the ground, okay? Same thing on the other side now. 5 reps. Clean. Balance. Oh, that's another benefit. I forgot to mention that. Balance and coordination. Improves proprioception. What the heck is proprioception? Anybody answer that for me? Trainer's not allowed. There we go. Good. That's 2 rounds. Imagine if you're utilizing a weight that is really pushing you to those limits, but you're able to maintain technique. It's awesome. All right, so next, we're going to move into a single arm clean, which we haven't been incorporating, but we're going to do this from a continuous swing. Good morning, Noel. Hey, thanks, buddy. Thanks for loving the exercises. We got to get you a kettlebell up there in good old Massachusetts. Okay, so we're going to go into a single arm clean and a single arm alternating swing, okay? Anytime you do this single work, think about that. It's just, what are you fighting, right? So if I was in a plank position and I took this away, what is my body fighting? Whoa, it's fighting that, right? It's fighting rotation. Same is true when you're working a single load. All right, so when our gym's open, you better get in there and say, hey, I'd like to learn more with the bell. I will be the first to jump right at you because I love teaching this thing. All right, so we're going to do the single arm clean. And we're going to do that from a continuous perspective, not the dead. Got it? So with that, let's demonstrate. So I set up, safe, same deadlift. Now I'm gonna hike it and then clean it. So hike, up, through the hip, up. We're gonna do 5 repetitions. 3, 4. Now you have the option of either putting this down and resetting on the other side, or on set 2, I'll show you how to make that hand-to-hand transition. All right, here we go. Notice my breath. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Really important. Your breathing cannot be ignored. You really got to learn how to control the breath. Important. Okay, now we're going to go into an alternating swing. I will show you in set 2 how I could do both of these movements without ever putting my belt down. We're going to do an alternating swing at 10 repetitions. Really important, the swing change happens up here, not somewhere in this middle zone or behind you. Bad for the back, okay? All right, let's rock and roll. Single arm swings, 10 total repetitions. Here we go. So I switch when that bell has some weightlessness to it, right? If I were to let it go, and I won't do it, but if you can see from the side, there's kind of like there's a float, which allows me to make that nice transition. But I'm still explosive through the hips. 3, 2, because I lost count, and 1. Good. All right, we're going to go back to the single arm cleans on this one. I'm going to show you how you can transition very easily from right hand to left hand, and then we go immediately into single arm swings without ever putting our bell down. Okay? I'm waiting for some answers on here, y'all. What's the driving force of the swing? Right? What's the driving force of the swing? And what's proprioception? Google it. These are all good things for you guys. All right, let's rock and roll. You ready? Okay. Set up safely. How about I show you from the side so you can see my hip hinge, right? So you're able to see that hinge a little bit better, because it's really important that I don't get into any rounding of the back. It is neutral back. Oh, there's the other benefit. Posture. Posterior chain, right? How many of us are at our computer desk like this, right? So another benefit of the bell. Here we go. 5 and 5. Here's 5. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to swing it and switch it and clean. Mental sharpness, right? I better be thinking about what I'm moving into next. I better maintain the integrity of the movement as I make these transitions. Let's do one more, and then it's time for alternating swings. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you have the capability and you want to look back at this, I want you to take note of every time I swing, do my shoulders ever go below my hips? Absolutely not. You should never see that in a kettlebell swing. Okay? You're always neutral back, slight lift, or head and shoulders always above the hips. Great trainer years ago told me, if I poured water on your back, where does it flow? It should flow right off your butt. Okay? All right, so last combination, and then I'm going to finish up with the get-ups today, is Lore. Yes, girl. Louise, you got the answers right. Way to participate. The driving force of the swing of your hips, you get glutes, right? And spatial awareness. Proprioception. Where is my body in space? Okay? So 2 great benefits, obviously, of a kettlebell. So we're going to move into a single arm press, and then a single arm snatch, and putting those 2 together. The presses, you have to have good shoulder mobility. So that is something that if you don't have just yet, I'd probably start working on, floor work with you, start working on some mobility work to see if we can't get you full range of motion. Obviously, in a one-on-one setting, that's much easier to do because I can focus on your individual stuff, okay? So single arm press, we're going to do 5 aside. We're going to move into a single arm snatch. Technical skills, so that takes some learning. So be careful with that. Back and forth between the 2, and then we're finishing up with get up, and we should be right there at 10 o'clock. All right, so single arm press. What we're gonna do here is I want a strong base. So when I go to press it, the minute I go to drive this weight up, I'm gonna create full body tension, right? So that I don't get this leaning, okay? All right, you all ready? Here we go. Take your breath in, press. Control your descent. Notice the breath pattern. Inhale, exhale. Good. Inhale, exhale. We're gonna do one more. Good. Now, you can put the bell down, pick it up, do the other side. I prefer to make my hand-to-hand transition. Right? Look how easy that is. Never even have to put the weight down. And you get an extra swing out of it. Inhale, exhale. One more. Good. I've done the snatch work on here before, so if you've done the dumbbell, right, remember you're here, you're just going straight up, straight down. The kettlebell, we are going to incorporate the swing. So look at that. More posterior chain work, more glute work, okay? So just going to get so much out of it. And single bell and fight and rotation. So what am I working on? Some nice rotational strength and stability, okay? All right, I know I'm a big kettlebell nerd, sorry, but call me the kettlebell lady. Tell your friends. Hey, we got this kettlebell lady local in Bedford. All right, y'all ready? So we're going to hit that snatch on either side for 5. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. So it's all the way up. That's my finish. I'm still explosive through the hip. So if you notice, my hips are locked before that bell has even finished. Hand to hand. Switch. And right up. My body is locked, so glutes and abs are tight right here. Tight, tight, not leaning back. 2 more. Good. Bell down, shake it out a little bit. We're gonna hit that for a second round and hit our get up. I'll finish up on our get up. Again, a technical skill, takes some learning, but I'm happy to teach it, y'all. Happy to teach it. Consider Sheena your kettlebell resource, okay? All right, so here we go. Single arm press on either side. So you're gonna clean it up. Hike, up, right? Here we go. Big inhale, press, full tension, right? Inhale down. My glutes are tight. Guys, too often, if you're sitting a lot, I know it's kind of funny when I say it, glute amnesia. I think I did 6. All right, make your switch. You honestly have to remind them, right? Got to keep reminding them that they have a job to do. If they've gotten really comfortable in doing nothing, they're kind of fine with that. They're okay with that. You got to constantly be mindful. Those glutes and abdominals should be buddies, and they should be working together, especially in something like your press. Okay? All right. Good. Let's finish it out. 5 repetitions per side. And then knock out your get-ups, y'all. You ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Go. Same full body tension, right? It's the same finish, right? Glutes tight, abs tight. Same finish as my press. But this is an explosive movement. Using those hips, Louise. And then what I'd like to do is I just want to show you that I do finish neutral. One more. Awesome. You guys, thanks for sticking with me on this. I hope many of you have learned something or I've sparked an interest of wanting to learn. So get up. Again, a technical skill. I'm just going to go through the movement. Many of you can try this weightless. It's the best way to start. I did a get up weightless for probably, 2 weeks to get the movements down, to get the positioning down before I added a load to it. It's a really, I don't know what to call them. trainer friends that taught me, and they used to put an open water bottle in my hand, and then I'll show you why. So when you start get up, you need a vertical arm. When you come up to post, you need a vertical arm. Or I'm sorry, this is post, vertical arm. As I go through my sweep, vertical arm, right? I come into the pull, up into a half kneeling, vertical arm. I lose any part of that vertical, that open water bottle falls on my head, okay? So we had a lot of fun with that. Had to clean up a few messes here and there. There is your full body get up. Good, I'm gonna do one on the other side. We'll call it a day, guys. We're at 10 o'clock here. Okay, so to get myself to elbow, it is not a sit-up. I'm gonna roll. So I'm gonna push with this hip and I'm gonna drive into that elbow. Breath in, up to the elbow, up to post. Stay vertical, sweep through, open up the hip, pull my hips back, come up, windmill this foot around, up into a tall position, right? It's a lunge. Lunge back, windmill the foot, hinge at my hip, my eyes go up, hand is down, body weight over, sweep through to a tall seated position. Don't get here. That bottom shoulder is the foundation of your house. Got it? Good. Okay, there you have it. You guys, hey, thanks for popping in. As you can see, look at this big smile this puts on my face. I love teaching this. If you want to learn, reach out, write in the comments, share with your friends. I'll tell you, it's a phenomenal all-in-one tool. If you're just looking for something to have a really effective, efficient training, you could put something together in 20 minutes and be spent and have an awesome training to get you done for your day. Check mark. All right, so listen, as always, and I didn't Google it. Nice, Louise. All right, you guys, as always, be well, be safe, be strong, and we will see you here again next week. All right, have a great, great weekend.